Yo guys, what's up? It's WarSpirit bringing you Symmetra's Stage 1 video today. I've actually been playing a lot of Symmetra recently because games with her always seem to turn out as a ton of fun. I've really been looking forward to sharing this one with you because there's just so much going on in Symmetra's kit to talk about. So she's one of the 4 support characters in Overwatch who particularly excels in playing on the defensive sides of maps, so I'm showing her off here on Hanamura, one of the capture point maps in Overwatch. Our team's goal is to defend the first objective, and if that fails, fall back and defend the second objective until the timer ends. So let's get into Symmetra's kit. I've actually shown the first little minute here of the prepare your defenses phase of the game in this video because it's an important part of the game for Symmetra. Coming out of the spawn room, you want to make sure you give all your allies some photon shields with your E ability, which is an instant cooldown and grants a set 50 shields of extra life to each of your teammates. These shields are shields that regenerate if damaged, and you'll also just need to remember to reapply those shields if your teammates die, so when they come back from respawning, get those shields back on them. Keeping your photon shields up at all times means that your team's total life pool is increased by actually 250 points, almost like adding another whole character to your team. The second most important part of the initial defenders phase for Symmetra is some strategic sentry turret placement. She can place a maximum of 6 on the map at any time, but will have to wait on the cooldowns for them after placing the initial 3 which she starts with at the start of the game. On defense, you'll want to put the first turrets as far forward as possible, hidden in places that will force the enemies to turn from their current path to take them out. You want to build these first few turrets up front so that you can get some free damage at the start of the game, leading to free ultimate charge for your teleporter, which is the most important part of the Symmetra defense plan. Those initial turrets can easily be granting you up to 30% of your ultimate charge if placed well. Some maps have some ridiculous turret spots where you can hide them behind bushes and under cars, and in this gameplay here, you'll actually see me get 50% ultimate charge within the first 15 seconds of the match officially starting, and that's exactly how you want to start out a Symmetra game. The turrets will lock onto the nearest enemy target, firing a little blue laser, causing damage and slowing the target's movement. Obviously a pest for the enemy team that they'll want to deal with. One bullet will kill the turrets, but that's okay because they aren't built to last. You'll have plenty more coming off of cooldown throughout the game, and as long as you keep placing them, the enemy team will have to keep dealing with them. On to Symmetra's second objective of the defensive game, you're going to want to start building up a safe house for your teleporter. Hanamura is a perfect example of a map for this. With only one main choke point, there's going to be a lot of pressure at a very small point on the map as enemies are trying to break through it. Hanamura has this great little room to the left of the choke point that looks like it's been built specifically for Symmetra, with wooden beams to shelter hidden turrets. Any enemies who break through the choke point and enter your room will be met with quite the force of turrets, shutting down any further movement and usually forcing them back. Spreading your turrets out is a must to delay the enemy from killing them all with one little quick sweep around the room, so make sure you're doing that. You can't be too focused on building your turret room of death, however. You've obviously got to be helping out your team on the front lines too. A 5v6 at the front door, even with your helpful shields, isn't going to win the game, which brings me to Symmetra's photon projector, her primary weapon. Its most used form is probably going to be the secondary fire mode, which is holding right click, generating a charge on the gun to release a large slow moving energy ball across the map, and this is something you're going to want to spam constantly throughout the game, especially through map choke points. You can release this charge at any time from the gun. The more charged it is, the bigger the projectile and the more damage it deals. And remember, the more damage you deal, the faster your ultimate is going to charge. One big fully charged hit costs 20 ammo and actually will get you 20% of your ultimate charge, but it also does a lot of damage, meaning enemies are forced to dodge these projectiles, and it's costly if they don't. The more you force them to avoid your fire, the slower their push will be through the choke point, earning your team valuable time towards completing the map. If you're doing nothing else, then your right click should definitely be pressed and charging. This way, if any enemy happens to get close to you, letting go of the trigger will give them a very swift burst of damage. One thing to note is that you cannot indefinitely hold the charge. It will automatically release after a few seconds of it being fully charged, so that's why you'll also want to keep spamming them. If your friendly neighbourhood face rusher opponent survives the initial burst of photon charge energy to their face, you can usually follow up with Symmetra's primary fire mode to finish them off, and her primary fire shoots a constant short range beam from the gun, locking onto a single target in front of her, dealing constant damage that increases the longer it is connected. Interesting mechanic, eh? Symmetra gets another little cool thing for her kit. So this does make dueling with Symmetra a lot of fun. You've got to keep this beam connected for as long as possible, right? And you're not like a super special character or anything, you can die as well. You've got 200 health total, 100 of that is a recharging shield. But you're small and pretty quick, so you get to run circles around your targets while you melt them with your gun, and any damage that you take can usually be recharged through your shield pool. Obviously, as Symmetra, you aren't actively seeking engagements, you're waiting for someone to try and kill you, and then you get to watch them fail as you bait them into your room of turrets, fire a fully charged ball at their face, and then finish off the insta-gib if necessary with a left click. So a lot of fun. It becomes even more fun when you've got like 3 guys rushing in to kill you, all of them getting hit by turrets, slowing down, and then your energy balls passing through multiple targets, so you get to watch them line up and take damage from the whole lot. But hey, also don't forget, because you're supposed to be micromanaging your teammates' photon shields, and always be on the lookout to see if you can have an opportunity to place some more forward turrets, maybe during a lull in the enemy team's respawn. I think that's why I've been having a lot of fun with Symmetra. She has a lot going on for her, and when you make the plays happen, they feel really awesome. She's a support, so if you're getting triple kills with her, then you must be badass, and that's why I feel like a lot of people looking at the game and thinking, oh, I'm going to main support because I don't really have the skills like some of those other fragger players, have kind of got it wrong, because the support heroes are challenging too, and you do need skill to pull them off, and your teammates do really rely on you quite a lot. Bringing it back to the game here, actually going to have to move on to another map just because there's so much to talk about regarding Symmetra. This time we're going to be looking at Hollywood, and again trying to lock down the first objective with Symmetra. So the final task for Symmetra in the defensive game is to secure her teleporter, and you do want to get this up as early as possible, hence the forward turrets to generate some quick ultimate charge, and the spam to constantly be generating ultimate charge when you can. But usually you also want to try to hold onto it until someone dies, because preemptively placing a teleporter means that a tracer can easily hunt it down before you actually get any uses out of it at all. You also need to focus on yourself and play it safe whenever you've got your teleporter ready. No more risky plays, please. You've got a teleporter to defend, and that teleporter can turn the tide of any battle. For teleporter placement, you obviously want it close to the objective, but off of the main path that the enemies are going to be taking to that objective, because you're forcing them to leave their main goal, which is attack the objective, to try and deal with a secondary objective, which is destroying your teleporter. And the more times you squander their attempts at killing your teleporter, the better, because it's just buying your team time, and that's how you win games in Overwatch, is winning by time. So the teleporter only has 6 charges. Fingers crossed you don't have a suicidal tracer on your team who ends up using all 6 of those charges. If your team does get wiped, you pretty much get a second chance at preventing the objective from being captured. Usually the respawn won't be fast enough to get everyone back if they were wiped by some big ultimate wombo combo, but if people die at different times throughout the fight and keep trickling back to defend the point, then you should be able to hold on. Once your first TP is all used up, it's up to you again to keep farming for that second one, not really changing anything from what you should have been doing while your TP was up. Just those right click energy ball spams should always be coming, because they're dealing damage, but they will only be generating ultimate when you don't have a TP ready already. If you play Symmetra and you get your second teleporter out on the first objective successfully secured as well, then you are the MVP of your team, and congratulations, you probably just won that game for your team. And that's it for Symmetra, guys. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay, and please do give her a chance when the game releases. Man, how I hated Symmetra and thought how boring she was for an FPS game to have. When I saw all the trailers and when I played her actually for quite a while, the first many times that I did play her, just boring character support, man. No way. I want to be fragging people with McCrees and tracers and things, you know. But she's really grown on me, and especially this past week, just been playing tons of Symmetra, lots of fun. And I think she's actually at an amazing place in the game right now. They have tweaked her. They did tweak her quite a bit from the first phase, so some pretty quick cooldowns and stuff going on for Symmetra now, which is a lot of fun. And I'm hoping nothing changes for her anytime soon now. She is awesome. So thanks for watching this video, guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in my next video soon. Bye bye.
Get you dead.
So we can be prepared for that. I'm dropping now. I'm killing you, okay?
Concrete dead.
Lucio in balcony. Lucio balcony.
Yeah,
Kill the Reinhardt.
That's fast.
Nice.
He just did some stupid.
I have
Lucio
TP. I'm placing at same spot.
Get your side.
Yeah, I just scored it. Dead. I got mid, okay?
Drop the balcony again.
Val coming, Val coming.
Cracker on the left.
I'm just scored it, okay, guys? They're moving up now.
Genji coming in on teleporter.
Yeah, I'm looking. Push.
Oh, nice man, nice.
I'm killing.
I'm down. Teleporter's dead.
And Genji's in
I'm
stairs.
killing.
Genji stun.
Where is Genji?
Yeah, he's dead.
Zarya.
They scored it? Okay, nice.
Good job.
Nice, guys. Big Q incoming.
This was the first ult when you Q4, guys.
Oh man.
And now you shoot this one.